New languages, new you. Kotoba Camp.
Practical.
Practical.
Relating to actual use rather than theory. Suitable for a purpose.
实用的，实际的。
The laboratory experiments provide students with practical experience in applying the theoretical concepts discussed in lectures. The university's new policy requires all science majors to complete at least 3 practical sessions in specialized laboratories before graduation.
The professor emphasized that while theoretical knowledge is important, practical skills are essential for success in the engineering field.
The anthropologist found that practical considerations, such as access to water and fertile soil, influenced early settlement patterns more than religious beliefs.
Many students prefer courses that offer practical applications of abstract concepts, rather than purely theoretical discussions.
Practicality.
Practicality.
The practicality of the new research method has been demonstrated through multiple field studies. Practically.
Practically. The volcanic eruption practically destroyed all vegetation within a 5-mile radius, providing geologists with a natural laboratory to study ecological recovery.
Functional, applicable, feasible, pragmatic.
实用的，适用的，可行的，务实的。
Theoretical, abstract, impractical, unfeasible.
理论的，抽象的，不切实际的，不可行的。
Prefer.
Prefer.
To like or want one thing or person better than another. To choose one thing rather than something else.
偏爱，更喜欢，选择，宁愿。
Most college students prefer classes that offer a combination of lectures and hands-on laboratory work. Certain species of migratory birds prefer to nest in areas with minimal human disturbance.
Ancient civilizations preferred to establish settlements near reliable water sources.
Many students prefer to conduct independent research rather than participate in group projects.
Consumers generally prefer products that offer the optimal balance between quality and affordability.
Preference.
Preference.
Cultural preferences for certain foods are often shaped by historical availability and environmental conditions. Preferential.
Preferential. The university's preferential admissions policy for local students has been the subject of ongoing debate.
Favor, choose, select, prioritize.
喜爱，选择，挑选，优先考虑。
Avoid, reject, dislike, shun.
避免，拒绝，不喜欢，回避。
Prepare.
Prepare.
To make something or someone ready for a particular activity or purpose. To get ready.
准备，使做好准备，预备。
Students should thoroughly prepare for their laboratory experiments by reviewing relevant literature and safety protocols. The anthropologists spent months preparing to conduct fieldwork among indigenous communities in the Amazon rainforest.
Researchers must prepare carefully designed experiments to test their hypotheses about climate change effects.
the professor suggested that we prepare a detailed outline before writing the research paper on linguistic diversity.
Before attending the lecture on quantum physics, students were advised to prepare by reviewing basic principles of atomic structure.
Preparation.
Preparation.
The preparation of archaeological samples requires meticulous attention to prevent contamination. Preparatory.
Preparatory. The preparatory research for the dissertation took nearly a year to complete.
Arrange, organize, plan, set up.
安排、组织、计划、建立。
Improvise, wing it, neglect, disregard.
即兴发挥，临时应付，忽视、无视。
Pressure.
Pressure.
Force exerted on a surface. Stress or strain. A constraining influence.
压力、压迫、强制、胁迫。
Atmospheric pressure can support a column of water up to 10 meters high, but plants can move water much higher through different mechanisms. The hydrostatic pressure depends on the location of the vessel. Since the patient is standing, all arteries at heart level will have a hydrostatic pressure equivalent to blood pressure.
Normal blood pressure is a systolic measurement of 140, and when the systolic pressure is 160 or higher, then hypertension exists.
Many species must adapt to the pressure of climate change, or abandon their traditional habitats to survive.
The pressure to publish groundbreaking research often leads scientists to work excessive hours in laboratories.
Pressurize.
Pressurize.
The spacecraft must be pressurized to simulate Earth's atmosphere for the astronaut's survival. Pressured.
Pressured. Students often feel pressured to conform to their peers' academic choices despite their own interests.
Stress, force, strain, compression.
压力、力量、紧张、压缩。
Relief, relaxation, ease, freedom.
缓解、放松、轻松、自由。
Previous.
Previous.
Existing or occurring before something else in time or order. Prior. Happening or existing before the present time or before the time referred to.
先前的、以前的、在前的、在先的。
The researchers compared their findings with those from previous studies to establish a clear pattern of climate change. A new atomic clock being developed for navigation satellites will perform better than previous devices.
Although EMDR may produce results more quickly than previous forms of therapy, the study found no significant difference in long-term effectiveness.
The student referred to a point from a previous lecture to support her argument about evolutionary adaptations.
The archaeological team had to reconsider their timeline based on evidence that contradicted their previous assumptions about the settlement patterns.
Previously.
Previously.
Previously established theories about planetary formation were challenged by the new telescope data. Prerequisite.
Prerequisite. Understanding cellular biology is a prerequisite for advanced studies in genetic engineering.
Prior, preceding, earlier, antecedent.
先前的，在前的，较早的，先行的。
Subsequent, following, later, ensuing.
随后的，接着的，之后的，由此产生的。
Primary.
Primary.
First or highest in rank or importance. Main. Relating to or denoting the first stage in a process.
主要的，首要的，初级的，初等的。
The primary function of chlorophyll in plants is to absorb light energy for photosynthesis. The primary goal was to determine how different soil compositions affect plant growth rates.
A primary concern was maintaining the integrity of the data collection process throughout the longitudinal study.
Understanding the primary sources is essential for historical analysis, rather than relying solely on interpretations.
The primary reason for the extinction of numerous species during that period was the rapid climate change that occurred over a relatively short geological timespan.
Primarily.
Primarily.
This investigation was primarily focused on the neurological responses to auditory stimuli in developing infants. Primacy.
Primacy. The primacy of evidence-based approaches in modern scientific inquiry cannot be overstated.
Main, chief, principal, fundamental.
主要的，首席的，主要的，基本的。
Secondary, minor, subordinate, auxiliary.
次要的，较小的，从属的，辅助的。
Protect.
Protect.
To keep someone or something safe from harm, injury, damage or loss. A protective covering or coating.
保护、防护、保卫、维护、保护层、防护罩。
Conservation efforts are essential to protect endangered species from extinction in their natural habitats. The coral reef ecosystem must be protected from the adverse effects of climate change and ocean acidification.
Many indigenous communities have developed sustainable practices that protect biodiversity while meeting their needs.
The university's honor code is designed to protect academic integrity and ensure fair evaluation of student work.
Environmental regulations aim to protect natural resources for future generations while allowing for economic development.
Protection.
Protection.
The protection of wetlands is crucial for maintaining water quality and preventing floods. Protective.
Protective. Protective measures must be implemented to preserve the archaeological site from damage by tourists.
Safeguard, shield, preserve, defend.
保障、庇护、保存、防卫。
Endanger, harm, expose, threaten.
危害、伤害、暴露、威胁。
Publish.
Publish.
To prepare and issue a book, journal, or piece of music for public sale. To make information generally known.
出版、发行、公开、发表。
During the American Revolution, Mary Goddard continued to publish Baltimore's only newspaper, which one historian claimed was second to none among the colonial journals. The professor explained that Darwin hesitated to publish his theory of evolution for almost 20 years, because he feared public reaction to such revolutionary ideas.
The university requires doctoral candidates to publish at least one article in a peer-reviewed journal before they can defend their dissertation.
Many academic journals now publish both print and digital versions to increase accessibility to scholarly research worldwide.
Researchers should not publish preliminary findings without sufficient peer review to maintain scientific integrity.
Publisher.
Publisher.
The publisher rejected the manuscript because it lacked sufficient empirical evidence to support its central claims. Publication.
Publication. The publication of this groundbreaking research fundamentally changed how scientists understand cellular regeneration.
Issue, release, distribute, circulate.
发行、发布、分发、流通。
Withhold, conceal, suppress, hide.
保留、隐瞒、压制、隐藏。
Pack.
Pack.
A group of animals hunting together. A bundle of wrapped items. To fill a container. To prepare items for travel.
一群动物包裹、包装、塞满、打包行李。
Wolves live in packs and hunt, prey, and share food together, which demonstrates their complex social structure. The smaller ears and shorter legs of the Arctic wolf are examples of adaptations that help it survive in the cold environment with its pack.
One sign of dominant or alpha behavior is leading pack travel, where the first wolf in the line is typically an alpha male or female.
Fragile items must be carefully packed before shipping to prevent damage during transit through various handling processes.
The anthropologist observed how the tribal elders would pack medicinal herbs in special containers to preserve their healing properties.
Packer.
Packer.
The company hired additional packers to handle the increased volume of orders during the holiday season. Packed.
Packed. The lecture hall was packed with students eager to hear the renowned physicist's presentation on quantum mechanics.
Bundle, group, crowd, assemble.
困、组、群、集结。
Unpack, disperse, scatter, separate.
拆开、分散、散开、分离。
Pale.
Pale.
Having less color or intensity than usual. Light in color or lacking color. A fence or boundary made of wooden stakes. To become less intense or vibrant. To lose color.
苍白的、淡的、无力的、栅栏、界限，变苍白、变淡。
Fossilized remains appeared pale yellow, indicating their age and mineral composition of the surrounding sediment. The pale blue light emitted by certain deep-sea organisms helps them communicate in the ocean's darkest regions.
Cave paintings had grown pale over centuries due to exposure to air and humidity.
Stars with pale spectra typically indicate lower surface temperatures compared to their brighter counterparts.
The economic significance of the discovery pales in comparison to its historical importance for understanding ancient civilizations.
Paleness.
Paleness.
The paleness of the soil indicated a deficiency in certain essential minerals needed for plant growth. Paley.
Paley. The moon shone palely through the thin cloud cover, providing just enough light for nocturnal observations.
Faded, wan, ashen, colorless.
褪色的、苍白的、灰白的、无色的。
Vibrant, vivid, bright, colorful.
充满活力的、鲜艳的、明亮的、多彩的。
Well done! Take a break and remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let's keep our learning motivation fresh.
A different language is a different vision of life.